Hey everyone, and welcome to the Wide World of Wrestling podcast. We are here for our WWE RAW live reaction. It is the go home show for WWE Crown Jewel, which is this Saturday or Sunday, I believe. Uh, Tonight should be a pretty good show. We got a pretty good set of matches, as you can tell by the thumbnail. We got a triple threat tag team match to determine the new number one contenders for the tag titles, the WWE World Tag Team Championships, which is held
Yep.
by the Judgment Day. We also got Dominic Mysterio against a former world champion. I think we all know who it's going to be. Uh, yeah, we got a lot of good matches set up for Crown Jewel, so it should be a pretty good show tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's gonna happen with the Dominic match. I'm wondering who's gonna be my damn self.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be Damian Priest.
Yep, they're dropping those clues.
I feel like it's pretty obvious it's him, but I kind of hope it's not him because we've kind of seen that match already.
Yeah, true.
Seemed
It's
like
always fun. It's always fun watching Dominic get his ass kicked, though. That's always entertaining.
I want to see Dominic and Gunther after last week.
Oh, I did. Yeah, yes, oh, I'd love to see
He
that. I
said
didn't
that
even think about that.
he said he wanted the world title shot, so give it to him. I want to. I'd like to see. I feel like Gunther would just dominate that entire match,
Yeah,
unless
gonna
the
chop
Judgment
them all over the place.
unless the Judgment Day was around or something. So now we're showing a recap of last week's main event.
And Jay got screwed so bad, man. That was harsh. But
Well,
his own family, man, that was harsh.
he kind of asked for it because on the previous SmackDown, he told Jey Uso told Solo that the next time he sees him or something that something's gonna go down or whatever. So he kind of invited Solo to Raw after he said
That's a
that.
good point. That's a good point.
I didn't expect him to have it long. I think they just put the title on Jey Uso just to. He was so over that they couldn't have him lose another singles title shot because he had
Hmm.
lost against Gunther, lost against Damian Priest, lost against Gunther again for the Intercontinental title when he was the Intercontinental champion. So at that point, and like he's super over with the
Yeah.
crowd. And he's selling like multiple items that are like in the top selling. So they had to reward him with something before Survivor Series,
Hmm.
which is most definitely the Bloodline Silver Award that everyone's been talking about for months. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I never expected him to have it very long. I always thought that Ron Breaker would probably win it back.
I mean, I feel like part of me feels like they gave him the belt just to shut people up for a while. Like, okay, here, fine, he has the title. Are you happy?
Yeah, he at least he got one title defense, and he defended against
Yeah.
Xavier Woods that one episode. I just feel like they did it just to reward him with something before the Bloodline feud. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, he could have still been champion with being in the Bloodline feud, but it the storyline if Solo and them costing him even raised the stakes even more for their match at Survivor Series. So
Yeah, that's true. Makes the story more compelling. You're right.
and then as we're seeing now on SmackDown, Jey Uso costed them their tag titles on SmackDown, uh, which was kind of fitting that they costed him the Intercontinental titles. So they costed him. So Jey Uso costed them their tag titles.
Yeah, eye for an eye. You
So
know,
nobody in either bloodline has any titles or anything.
it's a clean slate. I mean, it sets the battleground though. I like that.
So kicking off Jey Uso.
I mean, because they had to figure out a way to get Jay and Jimmy back together, and I mean, they figured it out. I'll give them that. I will give them that.
I think Jey Uso will win another singles title though. Eventually,
I hope so.
I think he's going to win another one. But this time it's probably going to be the World Heavyweight title or I don't know. Maybe they would put the WWE Championship on him,
Mm,
but this time Braun Breaker's got it. He's got to hold it for a while. Because when Braun Breaker first won it at SummerSlam, he only held it for 51 days, and then lost it to Jay. So Braun Breaker,
yeah.
he needs to hold that belt till at least WrestleMania next year. They don't need to flip flop the titles. Braun Breaker needs to stay champion till WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, with Braun Breaker as a champion, he is a very credible champion. So I don't see anything wrong with him being the champ. You know what I'm saying? At all. I mean, he's very credible. I just think that Jay's run was way too short, man. And hopefully they'll come back to that sometime soon. He'll get either his chance, his chance back at the IC title, or move up to the heavyweight title. I mean, it's the future's wide open for him, and I think if they do it right, he can go for like the top title. He can do that in the future.
Yeah, I was personally going for Braun Breaker. I didn't really want him to lose it to begin with. I really like Breaker, but he needs to hold it for a while now. They don't need to have nobody beat him until, like, I think for WrestleMania that Sheamus should beat Braun Breaker for the title at WrestleMania, and
Hmm.
then Sheamus can finally be a Grand Slam WWE champion because he's won every title except the Intercontinental title.
That's
So
right.
Sheamus he's went for it so many times. He went against Gunther for it like 4 or 5 times.
I'm trying to think what game was that. I think it was. I'm trying to remember which game it was that had every title. He had won every title. He was in storyline with Triple H. I think it was in one. Of the, it was in one of the WWE games. I forget what year that was though. But I remember that in that game he had every title at the same time in that game. It's pretty badass in the career mode.
The Was it before the 2K or during 2K?
Yeah, it was before 2K.
So it was probably it was like one of those story modes. Like they had certain wrestlers and uh,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like the Road to WrestleMania kind of thing.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was probably I think the last one they did was 12. WWE 12 was the last game before 2K. I think 2K13 was the first ever WWE 2K game. I think. Yeah, I think Sheamus would be good to finally win the Intercontinental title. Uh, or they could do John Cena against Breaker because John Cena's never won the Intercontinental title either. I think John Cena will
Yeah.
probably face Gunther or Braun Breaker at WrestleMania.
Oh man, that both of them, man. That'd be cool. I mean, if not both of them at the same time, but both are good choices. I mean, either one, they can have a great match with John Cena.
It's his last WrestleMania, so maybe him against Gunther would probably be the bigger match.
I would love to see him versus Gunther. That would be dope.
And then he could be a 17-time world champion. I hope Randy Orton bypasses both Ric Flair and John Cena though, because he's at 14 or 15, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 15. Yeah.
Solo. Yeah, yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that was awesome. But last week the pop for Breaker and Jacob Fatu was something else.
Yeah.
I actually really want to see that match now. Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu.
Man, that could be match of the night if they do it right. Really, that could be a possible match of the night.
Yeah, they kind of teased it last week. So I wonder if Jey Uso tries to go back for the Intercontinental title.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants to. I mean, that's the first thing I'd do. I would do is want a rematch.
They got to keep it on someone though. They got to because Breaker he only had one title defense. He went against Sami Zayn in that 2 out of 3 falls match, and then lost it
Yeah,
to Jey Uso. They got to keep it on someone for a little while. I mean,
yeah, it's been transitional lately.
it is good to see different people hold titles because not everyone needs to be over 200 days. Just to have some short runs to give more people a chance for the title, but they kind of had 2 title runs that weren't short. They weren't long. They had Breaker and Jey Uso. Because I
Yeah,
don't think every title needs to have like a 600-day run, or I don't think every title run needs to have that. Because if you do, then it'll get dull after a while. But it's good to have some short runs. Because I didn't think Jey Uso was actually going to win the Intercontinental title on Raw that time. A few weeks ago when he beat Breaker, I didn't think he was going to win it.
yeah, me neither. I thought they were gonna say that for at least a pay per view, but they put it on Raw. I thought that was pretty cool though.
On SmackDown. Hmm, I think the last time you guys seen each other was on Friday.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, we got people Deshaun, who's going to be the world champion. It's probably Damian Priest, but I kind of want to be CM Punk or somebody that no one's expecting. Most likely Priest, yeah. Mike S'mores, thanks for watching.
But Jay has the crowd in the palm of his hand, though, man. It kind of reminds me of The Rock when he does this thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did you see whenever Roman Reigns yeeted?
Yeah, that's supposed to be. I think that's supposed to be for next week's SmackDown, I believe. They this last Friday they taped 2 episodes in one night because they'll be in Saudi Arabia on Friday.
Yeah.
But this last week we seen the Usos back together. But we did see Roman like on the stage, kind of look at them. This is kind of not really a spoiler, but at Crown Jewel it's supposed to be Roman and the Usos versus 3 members of the New Bloodline.
Hmm.
So we're gonna have 7 matches for Crown Jewel. Like that's the most matches on a pay per view that we've had since SummerSlam. Comes Tonga's. I'm wondering if Sami Zayn's gonna get involved in this at some point.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, is there any room for him to be involved?
Well, if they're doing a Survivor Series, it's only Roman and the Usos, and there's 4 of them. So Roman and the Usos need a 4th man because
That's a good point.
they've got Solo, Jacob, and Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga. So they need at least one person. I kind of wish The Rock was involved, especially what happened that Bad Blood. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but in the crowd, Solo Sokoa said this was all a part of the plan when The Rock came out.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's kind of like the Rock's on there is all has always been with this new bloodline all along. Like this was always the plan. Maybe he
Hmm.
does something at Survivor Series. I mean, no one expected him to be a bad blood, so all right, so it's gonna do mangas. A lot of small members do this. Oh damn!
Damn.
Super kick. Damn! He phased Jacob.
Headbutt the damn chair. Damn.
Uso stand tall tonight. Adam Pearce has had a bad few weeks, especially with Rollins and Bronson Reed stuff. And then the Bloodline coming on Raw last week. Now they're there tonight. He's had a bad few weeks. It was
Yeah.
funny. It was funny last week. He just the Tongas were on the apron, and he just came and jerked them both down. He said, if he wasn't close, though, he said, "This isn't Friday."
Okay.
Yeah,
I think they're really setting up for like they're really like setting up the whole battlefield right now with the whole bloodline. Like
yeah.
it's just pretty much a civil war. They're setting it all up. You can see it.
I think after Crown Jewel, though after Crown Jewel, they'll probably get ready to have a fourth man for Roman's side because it's still 3-on-4, even with the Usos and Roman. I
Yeah.
wonder when Paul Heyman's going to come
Yep.
back, though.
That's a thought. I haven't thought about that in a while too, because I forgot about the bloodline taking him out or the solo and his bloodline.
But what if he joins The Rock and he turns on Roman?
I mean, you know, Heyman, he goes where the money is, either where the money is or where the gold is.
He turned on Brock Lesnar, so it's possible he would turn on Roman. He ends up turning
I
on
mean,
everyone he manages. He turned on Punk.
right, exactly.
He turned on Brock. He turned on Big Show.
CM Punk,
Yeah, he's turned against everybody that he's been with. That would be
RVD.
that would be pretty interesting if he joined The Rock and they just set Roman up all along that he got beat up on purpose.
Hmm. That would be good storytelling.
But I think I kind of wish it was 5-on-5 because you can have a War Games match as a 4-on-4, a 5-on-5. But I really want to see The Rock in that match. That would just make the match even bigger. But after Crown Jewel, they'll probably see. We haven't seen Sami Zayn since he lost against Gunther on Raw for the World Heavyweight title. We haven't seen him.
That's true, man. I mean, that's pretty true. I haven't a lot of these things you're bringing up. I haven't thought about at all, Nash. And that's it's like the most logical thing, you know?
I mean, they could do Hikuleo. He is signed to WWE, and he is the third brother of the Tongas. Anyone doesn't know who Hikuleo is? He was in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was in TNA. He was on
Yep.
AEW a few nights. He went against Lance Archer. He's his father is Haku, along
How
with the
cool.
other. And he also has two daughters, the Tonga twins, and they're two like they're a tag team. I thought they would be
Oh
great on.
yeah.
It would be great
Women
on.
of Wrestling, I think they're on.
Yeah, they've left there. They're no longer under contract there, so I'm surprised they haven't signed them.
Oh.
Or they might have already signed them. But I kind of hope that on NXT they have an NXT Bloodline faction and have Hikuleo, Zilla Fatu, and the Tonga Twins.
And see, that's interesting. What if that's a good idea though. What if they had chapters in different in the different promotion? I mean, that's a good idea though.
Yeah,
Like have one on SmackDown, have one on Raw, have one on NXT.
have they ever had a triple threat War Games match, like three teams?
I don't think so. I mean, WCW's probably did it. I'm not sure if it's ever been done.
They've done
And
a
I'm
lot of.
sure. Well, I know it hasn't been done in WWE, but I'm pretty sure WCW's done that.
They did a lot of super stuff in WCW. I just got through watching the stupid. Well, it was like cage on top of cage on top of cage, and then
Oh yeah, I've seen
it,
that. I
it
think
didn't
that
make.
was that the that was because we I don't remember. I think we watched one too with the Dungeon of Doom and all them.
Yeah, Zeus was in it. Uh,
That's the one we watched. That was
it,
sucked.
it's it didn't make sense. Like, all right, you get out of the cage, you go back to the ring, and then they go back into the cages. Like,
Yeah.
how do you win? But then they would
And
start.
I remember I think the one we watched is that the cage was like on the other side, like right by the stage, and
Yeah,
the ring was all the way down the aisle, so they had to fight in the cage, and then they would go to the ring and fight, and then like some people would be in the cage. It was just a clusterfuck. It was messed up.
damn, he's chewing out Nick Aldis. Yeah, that whole match was just a mess. If you watch the Monday Night Wars documentary, Kevin Sullivan even says that whoever came up with it didn't really plan how you win the match. It just
Right.
looked it just looked cool on paper, but when you actually do it, like it's just no one really
So I think
no.
this is right before Eric Bischoff came along. I mean, I'm trying to think because I don't know if that was the Bill Watts
Well,
administration or what.
I think Eric Bischoff what because he was on commentary for Nitro, so he was there.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely
Well,
right.
on Nitro for pay per views, I think that night it was Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes. I think that's yeah. I know Tony Schiavone at that point only did he only did pay per views and Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But then Eric Bischoff joined the NWO, and then Tony Schiavone came to Nitro, and they had a lot of stupid matches. Like they had a tag team match in a pool for the tag titles. Like
Yeah.
who wants to see that? Well, on the other
Oh my
channel, they've
god.
got Stone Cold giving The Rock and Vince McMahon a beer bath. Like, what would you rather watch?
I mean, I think it's a no-brainer to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's why they win like this. I mean, at that point, they just got lazy. If anyone hasn't noticed, Lillian Garcia is back on Raw. She's the full-time ring announcer for Raw for right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Samantha Ivory, she quit to do whatever, but
I think she was gonna start her singing career, I believe.
yeah, she. I never knew she was a singer until she actually quit. But we're starting off with famous Ludwig Kaiser. These two went against each other like a month or two ago, and
Mm-hmm.
they had a really good match. And Ludwig Kaiser, he's been doing great as a singles wrestler. He's been praised by a lot of legends. I know the Undertaker. He was talking about Ludwig Kaiser, and he said that he thought that he had been doing really good as a solos wrestler because they.
I
Uh,
think so.
yeah, I thought he's been doing really good as a singles wrestler. I wish they would bring back the European Championship for Guys like Ludwig Kaiser, Sheamus, Pete Dunne, Dragunov.
trying to remember who was the last person to hold the European title. I'm trying to think. It's been so long. I think it may have been. I think it may have been Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but I think it may have been Shawn Michaels, and they kind of did some. I think they kind of merged the title with the IC title, or
Yeah, so the last person to hold the European title was Jeff Hardy, actually.
oh, Jeff
He,
Hardy.
uh, yeah, it was a unification match. Jeff Hardy against William Regal, and
Okay, okay.
William Regal won. So
I don't know why I
he
thought it was Shawn Michaels.
he did hold it, though. I know he did hold it at some point.
Yeah, he held it.
I think that would be a pretty cool title to bring back, just for guys like Kaiser, like even Finn Balor could probably go for that.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments, like we were talking about at the beginning of the show, who would you like to see beat Braun Breaker for the title? Like if Braun Breaker holds it all the way to WrestleMania, who do you think his opponent should be? And if he lost it, I think if he held it to WrestleMania, that would be a pretty good long run. Personally, I think it should be Sheamus because Sheamus has been going for the Intercontinental title for how long now? And like he's won every single title in WWE besides the Intercontinental Championship. Oh wow,
It's really
that's pretty good.
surprising when you think about it. He's never been the Intercontinental Champion. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, that's the only title he needs to be a Grand Slam champion. He's won the world title, the WWE Championship, Tag, US. Uh, the table? What happened to Shane McMahon? I don't really know what. I mean, he hasn't been on WWE in a. Like, I think his last appearance was WrestleMania 39, and he tore his quad, didn't he? Like 10
Yeah.
seconds in. In 10 seconds in the match, he tore his quad.
And Snoop
So,
Dogg had to save the match, which is pretty awesome.
yeah. Uh, yeah,
But from what I hear, he's in talks with AEW. They're talking, and I'm not sure how official it is, but I know they've been meeting each other.
yeah, that's kind of been he met with Vince Tony Khan and stuff. He could go to AEW. Uh, I don't really know where he would fit in the current WWE. I don't really know what they would do with him.
Yeah, I know, right? Like maybe make him a GM or something. I don't know. Have him control Raw or SmackDown.
They got Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, so someone would have to not be a GM anymore.
Mm,
He was always the GM of SmackDown. I really don't even know what he would do in AEW, to be honest.
I know, right? I mean, what they could do with him in WWE is that I'm not sure if you remember that there was an angle where Shane McMahon had one up on Vince as far as like something he didn't know about his involvement in the company and all that stuff. And they never saw that out. They never worked on that or pushed it even more. I mean, they just forgot about that part of the story when it came down to Vince and Shane and Stephanie at that time, which kind of led up to the Undertaker and Shane. But there was a part of that story where Shane had information or stuff like that Vince didn't have. And, it was kind of like, what the hell does Shane know that we don't know, that Vince doesn't know? And that what they could do with that information is bring it back and be like, okay, I'm pulling this out. What he didn't know is that I own this percent of the company and da 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 da. And like, I mean, it'd be a cool angle to bring back Shane McMahon as far as WWE television.
Maybe they could do it with Triple H, like since Triple H is kind of the boss now, on screen too. Uh, like every time, like even on SmackDown this last Friday, you see the segment with Randy Orton and Triple H. Like he
Yeah,
Like Triple H is the new Vince McMahon type role. So maybe they could do it with Triple H instead. Like he tries to take over the company or whatever, and then at Survivor Series, maybe do a 5-on-5 Team Triple H versus Team Shane McMahon. Whichever team wins has control of WWE.
that sounds awesome.
Something kind of like that. I already know who would
That
be.
sounds pretty cool.
I think like they kind of did that with the WCW and ECW invasion, but it was Vince McMahon versus Stephanie, Paul Heyman, and Shane McMahon. That was, I kind of actually missed the Survivor Series brand wars, like Raw versus SmackDown.
That was fun stuff.
And then you would have like the world champion against the world heavyweight champion, and the U.S. champion versus Intercontinental. And I always
I mean,
liked
'cause
that.
that was the point. That was the point of SmackDown and Raw was to have them compete. That was Vince's idea because he took out WCW, so he had to make competition. So that's basically why he created SmackDown was to have competition.
Yeah, I think, and I also like the year they included NXT with it. They had the North American champion included in the U.S. Intercontinental title matches.
Yeah,
We've Adam Cole was on that show, and Keith Lee was on it. And I don't know. There's different ways that can bring Shane McMahon back to WWE programming if he were to come back.
and people would love it either way. I mean, people love Shane. I mean, they tolerate Stephanie. They care about Stephanie, but everybody loves Shane.
I've always heard that Stephanie is kind of like Vince, that she's got that,
Business wise, I think so.
like they always said that she's got the business mindset that Vince does. Maybe not the personal lifestyle that Vince chose, but as a business person, she probably learned a lot from Vince about like
Oh yeah.
booking and business. And I don't know about Vince's personal lifestyle, but oh god, what was
Yeah, I
that?
mean, I don't know about that one either.
You remember when Vince McMahon left and he tried to come back? Triple H and Stephanie voted that he not return.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I wonder
And
how
I
that
think when
works.
he came back, I think Stephanie was like, "Screw this, I'm out."
Yeah, like as soon as he came back, she had departed the company. I have a feeling Triple H probably would have quit if. I wonder how that works, like at Thanksgiving dinner and stuff like that. There probably isn't even a family get together anymore. I bet.
Dude, if there was, it would have to be so awkward.
I mean, especially if Shane goes to AEW, like that would just be very weird.
I mean, Vince and Linda haven't been together like for a long time. A lot of people don't know that they're not divorced or anything. I guess you could say separated. They don't live in the same place, and they haven't lived in the same place or been like a couple in a long time. So Linda knew about a whole lot of BS that we didn't know.
I mean, this is probably going on for a while, and it just never was public. Ooh, road kick.
Oh,
Sheamus wins.
he needed a good win. He needed a good win. Good for him, man.
That was a
Awesome.
pretty good match. I know Sheamus and Pete Dunne was feuding there for a while.
I think I'm not sure if they ended that feud or not. I just remember that Sheamus beat the hell out of him, and that's the last time that they fought. I think that was the Donnybrook match. I think.
Yeah, and Sheamus won with no hands. He was tied up and he won.
Yeah.
I guess that was probably their finish to that story, I guess. Because Sheamus had already beaten him twice.
Raquel, I've thought a lot about what you had to say last week, and you really tried to paint yourself in a pretty little picture, like you didn't deserve the beatings that I've been giving you. Weren't you the one who said to keep your friends close.
I'm most excited for
keep your
that
enemies closer.
triple threat tag team match
The difference
tonight.
between you and I is when you
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus New Day versus the War Raiders. They finally have returned. I'm glad that they gave them the War Raiders name again instead of the
Yeah, with
Viking.
a good look, with a good new look too.
I like the War Raiders name better than the Viking Raiders.
I mean,
I really
let's be honest. The Viking Raiders, that's a bit cheesy. Let's admit that.
that's Vince McMahon, 100%. But
The
I,
same
I
guy who came up with the gobbledygooker.
I wish they could just go back to their Ring of Honor name, but it's kind of hard to do that because their name was War Machine, and that is trademarked by Marvel, the character War Machine. So,
Yeah.
oh, Sami Zayn. We were just talking about Sammy earlier. We were just talking about Sami Zayn.
Speaking of the devil,
Doesn't seem like he's too fond of Jimmy Uso, though.
Is this just it now? Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, is everything cool now after everything Jimmy did to you? I just want to make
well,
sure.
with the history, I mean, Sammy has an axe to grind.
Watch this beat. Everything's just fine now. I know what you're saying about Roman. I think Solo's worse, Luce. No, hang on a second, because Solo's not the one who mentally got in your head for years. Okay, he's not the one that made you jump through hoops every single
Sami
week.
Zayn's not wrong.
To your own family. Sammy, it sounds like you're on Solo side now, Luce. No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not on anybody's side here. Okay, I'm on your side. This isn't a lesser of two evils. You don't have to choose one or the other. You could just not get
I think
involved.
I think you had something going there with Sammy getting involved in this whole thing. As far
That's
as like it should be like a good Survivor Series.
that's your fourth man right there. Eventually, they'll come.
Sammy, you wouldn't understand.
Uh-oh.
Because they won it together before. Think about this. I mean,
Damn, that was pretty rough. What he just said there.
After the habit, the spookiest.
That's pretty rough.
I just don't understand. You wouldn't understand. Because you're not famous.
That makes sense. Sami
Yep.
Zayn is not family. But when they tried to, when Jimmy tried to approach Jey Uso, he wasn't on board at first either. Well, I think it might be a little bit more difficult to get Sammy than it was for Roman.
yeah.
I mean, I think it'll be harder to get Sammy than Jay. I mean, because you remember Jey Uso at first wasn't on board with it, but eventually, obviously, he's come around. But Sami Zayn might be a little bit too much. Roman Reigns will have to go to Sammy most likely.
I mean, I would. Why not? I mean, Sammy's dependable when it comes down to it.
The honorary member of the Bloodline. But he's going to be your fourth man eventually. Eventually, he'll come around and he'll team up with them. And then that's going to be your Bloodline match. And maybe, just maybe, Paul Heyman or The Rock gets involved. Mike Morris, pretty good opening match. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match between Sheamus and Kaiser.
Yeah, set the nice tone for the rest of the show.
The last few weeks since Raw's been on 2 hours, it's kind of been it hasn't been the same show since I think Raw is a better flow at 3 hours. I think people, especially on Twitter, a lot of the people that wanted Raw to go back to 2 hours are now saying they want Raw back at 3 hours. So I think some fans may have took advantage of that. They took it for granted. Because with 3 hours, you get to see more wrestlers, more stories, more matches. I mean, it's possible to have a good show of 2 hours. I mean, WWE's proven that years in the making. But with 3 hours, I think fans want to see more wrestlers and more stories and more matches. And with 2 hours, you do have to. You're not going to get as many matches as you would on a 3 hour show, but uh, like before they went back to 2 hours, like Raw always had a good opening match. It seemed like
Mm-hmm.
they would start the show off with a really good match. Hopefully tonight is getting back to that. I remember that.
Hopefully.
Remember that street fight with the Wyatt Six and American Made? That was a good match.
That was fun, man. I mean, like, cause like I was expecting like a pretty good match, but to be honest with you, that match was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Looks like now the Wyatt Six are going to feud with The Miz and Karrion Cross and them. Because last week they kind of confronted them because like
Yeah.
they were kind of throwing Easter eggs out when they would show the Miz and our Truth. They would like show something and then like it'd be like there you are, and then like they were talking about someone portraying their friend, and the Miz turned on our Truth,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of makes sense that they're going after them next.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of hope they do the Wyatt Six and the Judgment Day soon. That would be pretty interesting. I think if they did that, we could probably get Demon Balor back. Uncle Howdy versus Demon Balor.
That would be awesome. I mean, the last time he was around was Roman Reigns. I think Roman Reigns beat him.
I know him and was Finn Balor, Demon Balor against Edge. Wasn't it WrestleMania that they had their Hell in a Cell match or something?
I don't know if he was Demon Balor then. I'm not sure. He could have been. I don't know.
Let me see.
Of this generation,
WrestleMania.
the selfless servant of
They're-
everybody else. Cody Rhodes, the gutless champion. This is a champion versus champion match. A big match. Crown Jewel Championship.
Yeah, it was.
Once again,
That was the last time we've seen Demon Balor.
into your business.
Oh, okay.
Edge versus Finn Balor, WrestleMania 39 Hell in a Cell. That was. Feels like it's been years. Feels like it's been years since we've seen Demon Balor.
Yeah.
Against myself and with you guys. So let me give you one advice. On Friday, when you both walk out to the ring, pull Randy aside.
Yeah, on SmackDown Friday's going to be Cody and Randy Orton versus Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser.
The same is going to happen to you. You're going to wake up
Nice.
Team Legacy is kind of back together.
just a second champion.
I would say they should get Ted DiBiase, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm not sure they can spring him out of prison.
I don't know if he's in. I know he bailed out on bond, but I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Okay, we got Selena Vega versus Ivy Nile next. Selena Vega could use a win right now.
Yeah.
Push Zelina. That's a pretty cool sign they showed. Zelina Vega is very good. I feel like she's very underrated.
I agree, dude. She is so underrated. I mean, I feel like her and there's Naomi. I feel like Naomi's underrated as well. Both of them are very underrated.
I I know the last few weeks, like they've been having Naomi and Bailey together. I kind of like to see them go for the tag titles. Naomi and Bailey.
That'd be fun.
I don't think they've ever won the tag titles together. Naomi and Bailey.
I don't think so either.
But if they get women's mid card titles, the women's Intercontinental and the women's United States, someone like Zelina Vega, Naomi, uh, like people like that, Chelsea Green, like they would be perfect for women's mid card titles. I bet they do them after WrestleMania. Because normally after WrestleMania, they like to push something new. Kind of like
Yeah.
they did it with the new tag titles. They created they went back to the WWE Tag Team Championships and the WWE World Tag Team Championships, and they just did away with the Raw and SmackDown tag titles. So if they do it, I bet they do it after WrestleMania.
Probably.
There we go. Zelina Vega and Aguinaldo. There's a lot of push Selena signs. I've seen 3 of them.
I agree. She should be pushed.
A lot of fans got Zelina for signs. Ooh, that was good.
That's a nice start to the match. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Davis, Selena should win. I agree. Zelina Vega needs to win.
Team Zelina. Hell yeah.
There's a lot of Zelina fans. They're in Hershey, Pennsylvania tonight. A lot of
She
people.
deserves so much more than what she's gotten. I feel like she's like you said, she's super underrated.
Yeah, when they have women's mid card titles, they should definitely like people like Michin or Zelina Vega. Like they would be great for like to be one of the first mid card women's champions.
Yeah.
Since Raw's got the Intercontinental and SmackDown has the U.S. for the men's, I think they should reverse it and put the women's U.S. title on Raw and the women's Intercontinental on SmackDown.
That couldn't hurt. Take a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, should be another good one to win a WWE Women's Mid Card title. Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Michin, Naomi, Zelina Vega. Ivy Nile would be another good one. Dakota Kai when she's back from injury. There's a lot of women that could benefit from mid card titles. It would probably give more depth to the women's division as well. I know a lot of people don't think that they would book them good, but it might force them to do more with certain women and give them more opportunities. And maybe if they add women's mid card titles, that the pay per views would get more matches because you have 2 more titles in the main roster. So that means you're going to have to book a little bit. You're going to have to showcase them a little bit on pay per views. So they can't really be doing the 5-match pay per views. I think they should do at least 6 to 7 matches per PLE at least. Then for the bigger ones like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, those have like 8 or 9 matches because those are the bigger events. But Crown Jewel, we're getting 7 matches at least. We've got 6 announced, but on SmackDown they'll be announcing Roman and the Usos versus the New Bloodline. Uh, and of course we got the women's tag titles. It's a fatal 4-way match for the women's tag titles, so we're definitely getting more than 5 matches this time around.
Comes down to this. Join NBC News for election night coverage on the ground across the country as polls close and up to the minute results as they come in. Tuesday, November 5th from NBC and NBC News Now.
All right, we're back. We got the let's see matches. We got the Damian Priest match or Dominic Mysterio match. Damian Priest is probably the challenger. We got that tag title match. We got all these 4 matches. The show to Seth Rollins tonight, so Seth Rollins will probably do something tonight. Oh, that was good. Moonsault? Oh, that was pretty iffy moonsault. I don't know if she got all that. I think she missed her a little bit. Ooh, nice German suplex by Ivy Nile. She's also very underrated, Ivy Nile. She's very good too. Oh, that was a good knee.
All right, I'm back.
I think. What have we got here? Oh,
Yeah.
Creed's and LWO's going at it.
As long as they're not getting involved in the match.
Well, Julius Creed kind of helped Ivy Nile. He pulled the rope back to help Ivy Nile. Oh,
If I was a ref, I would get him out of there.
Ivy Nile wins. Ivy Nile hasn't picked up a win in a while.
I know, right?
Ivy Nile picks up the win. That was definitely a much needed win from the American Made. They've lost a lot the past few months. To the Wyatt Six and then other matches.
I told him he wasn't family. Well, he's not. Hey, man. When you left, he stepped up. And you wouldn't understand me. Let me talk to you. No, man. Something bad gonna happen if you cross paths with this shit.
Jay got a point. I'm wondering what Seth's got to say.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is up next. He's got a match against Bronson Reed coming up at Crown Jewel.
Tomorrow, you.
I kind of hope they have Bronson Reed at least win one match between them two.
That's far more impressive.
I mean, the way
Maybe,
they've been building it, I mean, Bronson Reed is they kind of making him this monster. And I like it.
yeah, he's been a pretty big act on Raw. I think they should have a three-match series. Have Bronson win at least one match, and Rollins win one, and then Rollins win the series out of the three matches.
And the thing is, it's a clear, clear case of Triple H seeing what Vince McMahon didn't see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's night and day with Bronson Reed on the main roster. Like they've made him like one of the biggest stars on the show. Like they had him take out all kinds of people. He the stuff with Braun Strowman was good.
Yeah.
That was a really good. That was a really good feud. Like each week they would try to top what they did the previous week. His Braun Strowman match was very good. And the match against Seth Rollins will also be very good, but I hope they have him win at least one match. Because he lost against Braun Strowman, so they need to have him get a big win. Because obviously Seth Rollins isn't going to lose this series. Like he's not going to lose this feud.
Like, it's pretty obvious. You're right.
If they're going to do CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, they need Seth Rollins to have the momentum. But if he can just get at least one win against Rollins, that would be fine. Like a three-match series can hurt. Have Bronson win at least one match. Bronson Reed's someone I wouldn't mind winning the Intercontinental title eventually. We were talking about earlier.
Yeah, he's believable champion. He's very believable as an IC champion.
For 1999, feel that good makes me glad I brought a date. Wow, B-Dub's Big Six for 1999. You should.
And what time was? Let's see. I'm trying to think. What time would Crown Jewel start where you're at?
Kickoff one. I think 12 o'clock maybe.
Okay. Let's see, it's gonna be early for me too.
I don't know. I'll have to look in. I'll have to see when. Because normally for Saudi Arabia shows, they start a little bit early.
Because if it's 12 for you, it's probably gonna be 11 for me, depending on when they start the pre-show too. So
Yeah, they'll probably start the pre-show like an hour or 2 hours before the actual main show. It's probably just a lot of recap with the pre-show. I doubt they have any matches or anything. I wish they didn't have those Saudi Arabia shows because then
same here.
They could replace those Saudi Arabia shows with like they could bring back Judgment Day or bring back Taboo Tuesday. Like that would be a pretty fun pay-per-view or Cyber Sunday. Like get the fans
This Cyber
involved.
Sunday be good. Yeah.
Like get the fans involved more. Like have the fans vote on the stipulations of the matches. Like that's what Taboo Tuesday was. And Cyber Sunday. Like the fans had a lot of involvement in those shows, and especially now with social media, that would be pretty cool to do.
Yeah.
I would gladly trade those Saudi Arabia shows in for Cyber Sunday and Taboo Tuesday. I don't know how they do that now, because since they got NXT on Tuesdays. No, it's like a big jointed show like Raw, NXT, and SmackDown.
To Monday Night Raw. I am a
Seth
visionary.
Rollins.
I am a revolutionary. I am Seth.
They need to have some of the bigger names start wrestling on Raw. Like, it's been a while since Rhea Ripley's wrestled on Raw, or Seth Rollins, or
Yeah, they've both been injured too. So
last week they had Liv Morgan wrestle on Raw, which is pretty rare. Like, a lot of the big names, they don't have wrestle on Raw anymore.
But so am
Like, they could easily have Rhea Ripley go against somebody. Like, have her go against just somebody just to have a match or something.
yeah,
I know Drew McIntyre is going to be out for a little while after the Bad Blood match. But whenever he gets back, I think they should have him wrestle on Raw a little bit more. Especially in Monday Night Football, like, that's a lot of competition. A lot of the bigger name stars should be wrestling on Raw.
good thing is that the crown jewel that's only going to be around for I think another couple of years. I think because they signed a 10-year deal with Saudi Arabia. I think that was like in 2018. So I think 2027. I think that's when their deal is up with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, 27 or 28, probably. Hopefully they don't renew it.
Hopefully not. But I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, they're making a lot of money doing it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, let's renew it. Or why break with it? Why fix what isn't broken? We're making a lot of money doing it. Keep on going. I mean, I can see them doing that. I mean, because Saudi Arabia is getting back their money tenfold with this whole thing they're doing with WWE. So
Yeah, they'll probably renew it for another 5 or 10 years, I bet. Rollins going to the back. We're probably going to get a big draw right now. I love these camera, like we'll just follow them all the way to the back and they won't cut one time.
I love that.
Yeah, I think there's nothing you can do, Adam Pearce. Oh god, here we go. Fighting out in the parking lot already. Hey, well, why have they not put Bronson Reed in a parking lot match on Raw one time?
why not?
I think I know what Bronson. He's going to get on top of that WrestleMania trailer, and he's going to put Rollins to that car. What? Something's going to happen with that car. Hey. Oh, curb stop in the car.
Oh,
I don't think they're done for the night.
no, 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 no.
I don't think I see Bronson kind of getting up. Uh-oh. Yep. Exactly what we thought. That little bit wasn't going to take down Bronson. We're going to have to do more than that. Oh. Trash can. Oh, damn.
Ow.
Threw the trash can at him. Yeah, Bronson's going to put him through that table or whatever's right there. Damn. Yeah. Both guys are down. Well, Bronson Reed's getting up already. Damn, nothing can keep him down.
They're building him up like he is freaking Godzilla or something.
Bronson wins this fight. I knew something was going to happen with that car or that table. Man, Bronson destroys Rollins tonight.
I love how they wait until the big stuff happens to send in all the security, all the people to break it all up. It's like a little late, don't you think?
I probably didn't want to get beat up again.
That's true. Bronson's laying them all out too.
He's beat up so many security guards over the past few weeks. I'm surprised he's not beat up Adam Pearce yet. Because there's been times where I thought that Bronson Reed might put Adam Pearce to a table or something. Because if anyone doesn't know, Adam Pearce used to be a wrestler. He was a wrestler in Ring of Honor, so he knows how to take bumps and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of these times Bronson Reed beats up Adam Pearce. Like the time when Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman was feuding, the match where the ring exploded, like it just came apart.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed was really close to Adam Pearce, but I thought he was going to beat him up. One of these times, he's going to beat up Adam Pearce. Mark my words.
And the funny thing is, the same thing's happened to Nick Aldis too, because like he's been so close to getting hit by like Drew McIntyre almost hit him one time. He almost laid him out. And I'm like, dude, man, I'm waiting on both of these guys to just say, screw this. I'm taking off the blazer. I'm getting in that ring, kicking ass.
Yeah, I think because like they're both wrestlers, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, so
Yeah.
that could happen. I think eventually it's going to happen. Someone's going to beat up one of them.
I remember that one time they teased Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns. That was a pretty cool tease.
Yeah, that's when Roman was champion. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes in WWE.
Oh, that'd be sick.
But it seems like
They
Nick
know each
Aldis,
other very well.
yeah, if anyone hasn't watched their All In match, like they had a few matches against each other besides All In. They had the match for the NWA title.
Yeah. Yep.
That was one of the best matches on the first All In, I thought. Cody Rhodes versus Nick Aldis. That was a very old school type match. I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Aldis wrestle a few matches in WWE. But it seems like he's enjoying doing what he's doing now.
Yeah, he was having fun doing it.
SmackDown's like a TNA show. We've got Nick Aldis, Motor City Machine Guns, AJ Styles.
that's so true.
Yeah, they got. Bobby Roode sometimes is on there, like he's a producer, but sometimes he'll come out and like break up a fight or whatever. They've got Abyss in WWE. They've got Petey Williams. They've got so many TNA people across both brands. It's crazy. I wish Samoa Joe was still in WWE because Vince did not book his main roster run with the flip. There was so much more Samoa Joe could have done on the main roster.
I agree. They didn't know what they had with him.
Like the best stuff that he did was the U.S. title and of course the NXT stuff, but the main roster they could have done so much more with that. But that was the typical not knowing how to book people when you call them up from the main roster. That's what Vince McMahon would always do. It's still not perfect with that, but Triple H has done a better job of when people get called up, still booking them good. Like Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Like Bronson Reed, like he's done a pretty good job with those guys. Obafemi will probably be another one that gets booked really good when he comes over eventually.
Yeah, they better book him good. I mean, how can you not? I mean, for real.
I think I think they'll for sure be booking him like a monster. But I think they should put him on SmackDown instead of Raw because Raw's already got a lot of heavyweights. They got Gunther, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman. SmackDown doesn't really have many big guys. Besides Jacob Fatu, they don't really have many. So I
That's
think,
true.
and Raw's going 3 hours in January, so they could use the extra depth to the roster because Raw's pretty stacked on heavyweights. Yeah, this is last Monday with the Raw at 6. Our next victims are Final Testament and The Miz.
Next victims.
And
Next victims. That was pretty good.
they took out they took out Paul Ellering last week.
One of my guys just took a bullet for you.
Shocking and controversial.
It's war through us. So I think we should have a conversation.
Oh, there's Otis. We haven't seen Otis in a while.
Hey, I gotta say,
Oh, still a bunch of losers. All they had to do was help Chad to win the Intercontinental title, and they would be winners. Maybe Otis and Cesaro will be tag champions or something. What they do now?
Hey, never say never.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. I don't get into me. Some testament got in my head. I was being clearly. I seen the error in my ways. This isn't about me. This is about us.
Our Truth is going to trust him, and Miz is going to turn on him again.
What do you say? Don't listen to him. Yeah, don't listen to a former champion. Listen to Snow White and the Two Dorks. You got a point.
Snow White and the Two Dwarfs. You're brainwashing him. Damn.
Good luck with the Wyatts.
Huh. Yeah, Austin Truth is not getting back together. I think our Truth's going to regret that.
This is what Pete Dunne wants to hear. Hey, it's time to see who will face.
All right, we got the triple threat tag team match next. This should be a good match.
Number one contenders tournament final. Triple threat in the final in the World Tag Team Championship. Number one contenders tournament.
Davis, Bronson should win for sure. I'm going LWO, yeah. It's Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. I'm going for them as well. I think they would be pretty. I think they would be good tag champions on Raw. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio.
Team LWO in the house tonight.
I don't think the New Day should win, really. I mean, they've been champions for a while. Well, not for a while. They've won them many times. Dragon Lee hasn't won a title on the main roster yet. I would prefer LWO or the War Raiders. Because I have a feeling if the New Day win, they'll probably lose. And then Xavier Woods is going to turn on Kofi Kingston. I bet that's what they're going to do. You watch.
You're probably not off.
New Day's going to win tonight, and then they're going to lose the tag title match, and they need to get those titles off of the Judgment Day now. They've held those titles for way too long. Like they've held the titles for like 124 days, and they've only defended the tag titles one time. How does that happen?
You got me on that one.
That's what the Young Bucks did. Like they went 4 months without defending the tag titles. Like on the main roster, the SmackDown tag division has been booked a lot better. They've defended the tag titles a lot more. Remember, one week it was Bloodline, DIY, and Street Profits in a ladder match for the tag
Mm.
titles. Motor City Machine Guns actually won the tag titles in SmackDown last Friday.
That was pretty cool to see, though.
Their second week on SmackDown, they pretty much went through the entire tag division in 2 weeks. They went against Las Garza on Las Garza and who was it? A-Town Down Under. And then
Yeah.
the next week they beat DIY and Bloodline. And like the only big team that I haven't beaten yet is the Street Profits on SmackDown. But I'm glad Motor City Machine Guns won the WWE Tag Team Championships. That was pretty cool to see.
The thing is, I didn't see it coming at all. I did not see that coming. I mean, the thing is, I figure with them being in WWE, they're gonna get to the belts eventually, but they pulled the trigger on that quick.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to have them win the tag titles that quick. I thought maybe they would just save it for the next Friday or something.
Yeah.
But they didn't waste any time pulling the trigger on. Like it seems like Triple H is fully on with Motor City Machine Guns, like pushing them really heavily. But I like the way that they booked that. Like they've made Motor City Machine Guns feel like a pretty big tag team on the main roster. But I have a feeling that was supposed to be the Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
They were supposed to win those tag titles, but instead it was Motor City Machine Guns. But even still, like Motor City Machine Guns winning them is still pretty big.
And once again, I mean, they're very capable and believable tag team champions. I'm not mad at that at all.
No, I mean I know. Lucha Bros would have been great tag champions, but Motor City Machine Guns are just as, or not better than Lucha Bros. I've watched Motor City Machine Guns for years.
Mm.
TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor. They've pretty much been everywhere in the world besides WWE. So it's pretty like they've won every big tag team title in every company now.
Yep.
Well, besides AEW's tag titles, but it feels weird seeing them in WWE. It's a team that you never thought would really be in WWE. And I guarantee you they would not have come if Vince was in charge still. A lot of people are giving WWE a chance since Vince is not there.
Yep.
So you'll have a free pizza when you need it most. Get your emergency pizza when you order Domino's online. Here you go. Thank you. All right. Dinner's ready.
So, this song right here is for the red, white, and blue. You got good taste, and you drink like it too.
Healy.
Moscow always gives the mule. Vodka this good is an American.
I knew that was going to come up pretty soon. How long are they going to sponsor them?
That's a good question.
Well, they should this commercial for months. They need to shoot a new commercial or something. I like to see Motor City Machine Guns versus Usos. That would be a really, really good match.
Hopefully in the future we can see that.
Yeah, that's a match that I never thought that would be possible because they've always been in two different worlds. Like Motor City Machine Guns were in TNA and Usos were always in WWE. So it was a match that really was never supposed to happen. But there's a big possibility that it could happen eventually.
Quality tools you can trust at prices you'll love. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. The
Have you seen Venom, the newest Venom movie?
Not yet. I actually do want to see that.
I seen it over the weekend. I thought it was good.
I heard it was pretty good. I've heard a lot of good reviews on it. I just haven't went to see it myself yet.
It's a very different movie than the first two. They introduced a lot of people. I gotta say that. I hope they have Venom in the new Spider-Man movie. They confirmed Spider-Man 4 gonna happen. I'd like to see Venom and Spider-Man do something on the big screen. I mean, like we've seen it in Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but I like the Tom Hardy Venom better than the Tobey Maguire Venom.
Welcome to Sapphire Lounge by the Club. Craft cocktails, locally inspired menus, and plenty of space to relax. It's what an airport lounge is supposed to be. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more.
Hi, we're back.
It's been a pretty good episode of Raw tonight, though. I'm not disappointed.
Yeah. The Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser match was pretty good. The women's match was pretty good. I think this match should be the best match of the night between these three teams. Ooh, that was pretty rough. I wonder if they're taping Raw tonight for the next week because I see on their touring schedule they're going to be in London, UK on Monday of next week. Next Monday they're going to be in the UK, so I wonder if they're going to tape Raw for next week tonight. I thought that would be pretty tough because then you'd be spoiling the Crown Jewel results.
Right. I mean, because that's the thing with Twitter. I mean, they spoil it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just they're doing a house show and doing Raw and two separate. You definitely don't like in the pay-per-views coming up this weekend, Crown Jewel. So if they tape next week's Raw tonight, you would have spoiled the entire results of Crown Jewel.
Pretty much.
I hope they don't do that. That'd suck. I don't like when people spoil a lot of stuff. Oh damn!
And that's the thing. When I know they're going overseas to do a show, I stay off of Twitter. I do not go on Twitter. I
Yeah.
turn the notifications off because people on Twitter, they love to spoil it. They love to do that.
See, they pre-taped SmackDown last Friday. Like it was live and still being pre-taped. Like they started Raw like 20 minutes early, and then when it was live for us, it was being recorded.
Yeah.
So to some people, Motor City Machine Guns winning the tag titles was spoiled. Like some people already knew about it before it happened. Luckily, I didn't know it. Luckily I didn't pay attention to the spoilers, and I just watched. So, oh damn, that was a good kick. It's refreshing to have the War Raiders back on Raw.
Yeah.
Raw definitely needed some fresh tag teams because SmackDown's had Raw beating the tag team department for a good while now. All right, Kofi. I like how in these triple threat tag teams they have three people from each team.
Yeah.
Because
That's pretty cool.
Because sometimes they'll just have two people in, and you know how in some tag matches like it'll be a fatal four-way or a three-way, but only two people will be in. I bet that's a new Triple H thing. 'Cause I don't remember them doing that in the Vince era ever.
I don't remember that either.
Trouble in Paradise. Ooh,
So I'm guessing Dominic has the main event tonight. Was that ever happened? Dominic Mysterio getting the main event on Raw?
if it has, it was like a. I don't know. That was a pretty. Maybe he did like going against like a tag match with the Judgment Day or something.
Probably, yeah.
I hope it's not Damian Priest because if that's the main event, it needs to be something unexpected.
But I think people are expecting Damian Priest. I think that's what everybody's expecting.
Oh, that was a good move by Kofi on the top rope. I don't like Goldberg, but I kind of hope it is Goldberg.
No.
Just I like Damian Priest, but we've seen that match so many times. How many times has Damian Priest got to beat Dominic? But really, if I really could choose, I would choose CM Punk tonight, or Drew McIntyre, or because at Bad Blood they did have Goldberg and Gunther confront each other, kind of teasing a match.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to come down to that with Goldberg. I mean, I would rather have Goldberg than Hulk Hogan on tonight. And that's bad.
I'll settle for that. I'll settle for the lesser of two evils.
Like, that's pretty bad. Yeah, someone has to say that because neither one of them are really that. I wouldn't want either one of them wrestling on my show. But if I had to choose, Goldberg would. I guess I'd choose Goldberg over Hogan. I really don't want either one of them, really, because they're. I mean, Goldberg, he hasn't. I don't think he's ever been good in his entire career. But
I think what it is about Goldberg is they pushed him because he was huge, and they knew that he could probably move some or sell some tickets, which he did. I mean, totally, he can draw. He was a huge draw, no doubt about that.
in the Monday Night Wars documentary, they said that they really had they kind of rushed Goldberg because WCW wanted their own version of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, Stone Cold even said that.
Yeah. But Goldberg is nothing like Stone Cold. Like, even though Goldberg wasn't always the best in the ring, his character was still a pretty believable character. But
I think they just wanted a bald badass with a goatee.
But he didn't really feel like Stone Cold at all. He
No.
he didn't feel nothing like Stone Cold. He felt more like just his own unique self, really. But Goldberg was never really that good in the ring. All you gotta do is go watch the Nitro match with William Regal, and then that shows you all you need to know about Goldberg. That was a pretty sad match to watch.
Very entertaining at the same time.
Goldberg was supposed to be your big top guy, and you got a mid card like William Regal outclassing Goldberg because Goldberg all he knew how to do was a few moves, and that was it. But the moves that Goldberg could do was very good. Like the spear he did was, golly, some people he knocked the hell out of doing the spear and jackhammer. But besides that, he couldn't really do much in the ring. He did a super kick sometimes, which ended Bret Hart's career.
Sadly.
Bret Hart's still on about that. He still has not let that go.
I mean, would you let that go? I mean, think about it.
I mean, by now, Bret Hart would already be retired to begin. Like even if that didn't happen, by now Bret Hart would have already been retired. Like,
a dude kicks me in the head and it ends my career. I can't make any good money off of what I used to do. Yeah, I'm gonna hold a grudge.
Bret Hart's definitely. If anyone's seen his interviews, he has not let that go. But Goldberg said in a interview that if he really wanted to if he really wanted to hurt Bret Hart on purpose, that Bret Hart never would have gotten up if he really wanted to hurt him. I mean, mistakes do happen in wrestling, but
yeah. Here's the thing, though. I feel like Goldberg didn't mean to hit him like that hard. I feel like Goldberg didn't know his own strength when it came down to that particular move. Because if you watch, he knocked the hell out of Bret Hart. His head like whiplash. I mean, you can see his head just go back, the whiplash when he got the kick in the face. That was crucial. So yeah, I mean, I can't blame Bret Hart for still being pissed. I would be too. And he's still feeling and to this day he still feels the effect of that one kick.
I can only imagine how, like the after effects of that years later. Oh, damn, that was good DDT. Dragon Lee, he's whooping everybody. He's one of my favorites on Raw right now. Oh, that was good.
Oh,
Damn, Eric. I'm kind of thinking it is going to be Goldberg tonight because we're at 8:31 my time, Central Time. And this match is still going on. And Goldberg
Not be go. No.
normally Goldberg has very short matches. Like he can just come in, jackhammer spear, done. Or have they announced it's going to be Damian Priest? Because I know they had a segment earlier. I don't know. It probably is Damian Priest. But it would be funny as heck if it was Goldberg. All right, what's going to happen here? We got Eric, Dragon Lee, and Kofi Kingston on the top rope.
Oh boy.
There's Rey Mysterio. Wow, what are they trying to set up for?
careful.
Oh, powerbomb.
Saves his partner Kofi Kingston. Once again, exemplary performance from Xavier Woods, who's put this team on his own shoulders.
That was a pretty good powerbomb by Dragon Lee. And Rey Mysterio kind of did like a, I don't know what you would call that. Maybe like a Hurricanrana type move.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's a good kick by Dragon Lee. Oh, and Mysterio on top rope. Everyone's getting their stuff in.
Getting it all in. Time to pack it up. Get going home.
Xavier Woods part his costume there. Come
What the
on.
hell?
All right, blind tag. Ooh, that was good. Double 619. Oh no, Dragon Lee going for six. Oh, damn. I thought he was going for a 619, but he just. Damn. Damn it. Chad Gable. And I like Chad Gable, and then he. Damn. Maybe War Raiders are going to win this.
Oh
Oh,
man.
damn. I think War Raiders might pull it off. All right, damn.
Jeez.
War Raiders pick up the win.
But what the hell was Xavier doing though? What the hell was that?
He kind of cost it in the match.
I'm like,
I guess
dude.
he's still holding the grudge over Rey Mysterio over the past few weeks. And he costed them the match. And Chad Gable costed them. He put Ankle lock in.
Wow. And New Day had that match won, man. What the hell was Xavier's problem?
He's still holding a grudge over. Because remember, a few weeks ago they had a match against each other, and
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio beat him. I guess he's still got a.
Man, Xavier landed pretty hard on the outside too. Damn. All right, I think we're soon going to be finding out who Dominic is going to be fighting tonight. I mean, Seth just got back from injury. I don't know why he's being all daredevil like now. Hey guys, how you doing?
Uh, Tagging first, yeah. That should just announced it instead of.
I know, right?
It's so damn obvious. So of keeping people intrigued, like maybe be some mystery.
Well, this ought to be fun watching Dominic getting thrown around by Damien. I was watching Damien Priest's documentary earlier. It's a really good documentary if nobody's seen it yet. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Somebody's at my door. Be right back.
Right. Sometimes wrestling fans just can't be pleased. A lot of online disclosure, I guess. Over, it seems like with wrestling fans nowadays that their favorites always have to win, and if their favorites don't win, then the show sucks. Which that like not all your favorites can win. Like that's just not. It's just not ever going to happen. Like that's been wrestling. Not favorites are not always going to win. Yeah, looks like we got Damian Priest and Dom Mysterio in the main event. I should just go went ahead and announce Damian Priest before the show even started, because like everyone was like, maybe it could be CM Punk, maybe it's Goldberg, maybe I should just announce who it was going to be. Like there was no reason to just keep it like suspense or whatever. Maybe they did. Maybe they did announce it earlier in the show.
Alrighty, I'm back. No, I'm pretty sure this won't be the last commercial break for the show.
Yeah, there's gonna be at least one during the main event match, probably. Maybe like a picture-in-picture or something. I don't know. Yeah, I remember this episode of SmackDown.
New York City, WWE is returning to MSG.
Oh, they do returns to Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
The house show. Yep, holiday tour. Last year, CM Punk was on that show. I wonder if he's going to be on it again this year. I know they're going to Chicago too for the holiday tour, so maybe he'll be on that one.
Well, if they're in Chicago, I'm pretty sure he's going to be there.
Yeah, last year he went against Dominic Mysterio at the who was the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, and it was also Madison Square Garden. Jimmy Uso. Hold on. Sammy's talking to. Damn.
Family is all we got.
Damn.
Roman got to do this.
I wonder what he's doing over there.
Hmm.
Sammy's talking to Solo.
Sammy's hanging out in the parking lot.
They don't need him. Screw him. Just get Hikuleo and it'd be 10 times better.
Now that that brings up some thoughts. Why is he talking to Solo?
Maybe he's talking to them about something that they don't think. Maybe I don't know. It's very interesting, and I like that about the story aspect about WWE with Triple H is that like even when like they have like when they're like when a backstage interviewer is interviewing someone, you see in the background other people interacting with each other. Like they started with the the Bray Wyatt stuff, but with Triple H, he's done it a lot more. With
Hmm.
like in the background, feuds still like stories still continuing, even though they're not the main focus of the like. They'll be interviewing someone, then you'll see someone talking to each other in the background. Like that's very, very, very smart storytelling because you can tell 3 or 4 stories in that one shot.
Right.
And I like the aspect of it, stuff like
More
that.
bang for your buck.
Yeah, like that's very because like multiple stories are taking place at once. Really, it's kind of like what they did with the Judgment Day. Like, you remember that episode that like in the background you saw Liz Morgan and Finn Balor together,
Yeah.
and that was before Finn Balor and them turned on Rhea Ripley. So they were kind of already planting the seeds for an eventual turn. All right, main event is Dominic and Damian Priest.
Let's go.
It's been a while. I can't recall like when was the last time Dominic Mysterio had a singles match in the main event.
I don't know if that's ever happened. I don't even. I'm. That's that's what I was thinking. I don't know if that's ever really happened before.
I know he's main evented in like a 6-man tag or tag team match with the Judgment Day, but as a singles wrestler, if it's happened, it's been a long time ago. I don't think this is going to be a clean match though.
Oh, I doubt it.
Something's going to happen. I think Dominic Mysterio actually might win this by someone costing Damian Priest or something.
Oh, that would be so. Oh, that'd be so sucky if that happened.
But really, Damian Priest would kill Dominic. He's already beaten him like twice.
Yeah.
Or not unless Liv Morgan does something to cost him or something. Everyone in the comments, who you guys got winning? You got Dominic Mysterio or Damian Priest?
Yeah.
I personally got Damian Priest.
Oh, I do. I do too. Of course, I have Damien.
You know, he hasn't gotten a world title rematch since he lost at SummerSlam. He hasn't gotten a rematch yet. So I'd be interested in to see if he ever gets that rematch for the title. Maybe he goes against Gunther again. Oh damn. Hopefully this is our last commercial break.
Hopefully.
Here's to collecting more of those memories. One WWE action figure at a time. Exclusively from Mattel.
Ethan says he's got Damian.
Team Priest.
I'd like to see Damian Priest get another world title shot. I mean, a world title run, really. I'd like to see him win it again.
Quick, it's about to start. Grab a glass. Take a seat.
I feel like he was doubting himself a lot because I remember in his documentary, If anyone hasn't seen it, it's a very good documentary on Peacock.
Yeah.
Damien Priest. I definitely recommend watching that.
Save a fashion, home,
He really went from nothing to really making a name for himself.
shop Amazon fall favorites.
It's a real inspirational story. Yeah, I mean, it's really good, really good.
Yeah, I've always liked Damien Priest. He's always like even once he was on NXT, I always liked Damien Priest. Like he really started making a name for himself in Ring of Honor when he was Punishment Martinez. But he wasn't in Ring of Honor too long. Like that WWE snatched him up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Then he won the NXT North American title, and they called him up pretty fast too.
So you know we had to make our new 5-cheese mac and
Even
cheese
with
the
Vince McMahon in
greatest,
charge, it seemed like
cheesiest
they
possible.
always
Just like all of our mouth-watering
like they snatched him up pretty soon with everything.
including our new 5-cheese mac and cheese mix.
They signed him pretty fast. They called him up to the main roster pretty fast.
And I think with him also, when it comes to his career, it seems like it's always been just, he had to be in the right place at the right time. Because the fact is, he already had all the skills it took. He was already a superstar before he was a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's always been that good. And I think it meant a lot of sense that they put him where he is, and like they pushed him as far as they pushed him, and like it made total sense. I mean, he pretty much gave his. You can say he gave his life to the business. You can say that he's pretty much done that.
Yeah, he's done very good since Triple H has taken over. I feel like Triple H has given him more opportunities as a singles wrestler.
Yeah.
He won the world heavyweight title at WrestleMania 40. I mean, that was probably one of his biggest career highlights ever. Like that was his first world title run. Like that was his first world title win. So that's probably one of his biggest accomplishments in his career.
Yeah.
So far it is. Because I have a feeling he might win it again.
And that's the thing. I mean, fans talk about. There are fans out there that are talk about Triple H's, you know, style of booking and everything like that. I mean, to tell you the truth, if it wasn't for Triple H, a lot of the people that we hold dear as far as characters and wrestlers and in ring competitors, a lot of those people wouldn't be doing what they're doing. With Triple H, he kind of gave a lot of people an extra push. A lot of people. You know what I'm saying? People that Vince McMahon wouldn't sneeze at. Triple H was like, "Wait a second, I see something. I see something in this guy, or I see something in her. We're gonna do something about that." That's the brilliance of Triple H.
There's a lot of people. Like if Vince McMahon was still in charge, I don't think Damian Priest would have won the world heavyweight title.
I agree.
I don't think he would have won it. I think he would have cashed it in and failed to cash in, not even win the title. But guys like Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, uh, DIY, Creed Brothers, Chad Gable, especially Chad Gable, like Vince McMahon booked him like a jobber. He was
Yeah.
Shorty G, and then he didn't win the Intercontinental title, but Triple H booked him a lot more seriously and put him in like him and Sami Zayn main evented Raw numerous times for the Intercontinental title. Like there's a lot of people that would not be booked as they are if he wasn't in charge right now.
That's true. And for the life of me, I never understood the whole Shorty G thing. I still don't. I never got it.
Even Chad Gable said that was probably the lowest point of his entire career. He tried to make the most of it. Like there's an interview out there that he did that he tried to make the most of it,
hmm
but it was never going to go. Like he was just treated as a joke. Really. Damn, Damian Priest was whooping on Dominic.
Yeah, he is. I'm loving every second of it.
Oh damn it! I knew they were going to come out.
Of course, of course.
Maybe the War Raiders come out and do something. Somebody's got to help. Uh-oh. Damn. There goes Damian Priest. Isn't done yet. Surprised Griffin didn't throw the match out.
Right?
Well, he technically has not hit Dominic Mysterio. If Damian Priest hits Dominic Mysterio with that chair, then it should be a disqualification. As long as he doesn't hit Dominic, it should be fine. Right, like way better even said that. Like he's not going to get disqualified beating up on Carlito because Carlito's not in the match.
Yeah.
If he hits Dom, oh damn it, one, damn. I said that was going to happen.
Oh, come on.
I don't think he won the fight though. I don't think Dominic Mysterio's good. He may have won the match, but I don't think he's going to win the fight. Damn. Yeah, Damian Priest won the fight.
Oh man.
Even though Damian Priest lost, he still looks like the better man out of this whole thing.
Yeah. Damien got robbed though, man. We all saw it. We all saw it.
I don't think he's done. Uh-oh. Damn. Yeah, he's gonna tear Dominic up.
Oh man. I just love seeing Dominic get us come up. It's hilarious.
I think Damian Priest losing didn't hurt him one bit.
No, not at all.
He just whooped the hell out of him. Damn.
You gotta admit, it's pretty entertaining to watch Dominic get his ass kicked. You know, it's fun.
Damian Priest still isn't done, is he? Unless Finn Balor comes out does something.
Those are some hellified chair shots too to the back. They got that ring extra mic'd up too.
Carlito. Choke slam to Carlito. Yeah. Another choke slam for Dominic as well.
You get one. You get one.
Damian Priest destroyed Dominic. He destroyed all of them.
I love it. This is awesome. Just watching Damian Priest destroy everybody. That's sick. I love it.
Dominic Mysterio wins the match, but Damian Priest wins the fight.
That's a cool way to end the show, though. Damian Priest just destroying everybody.
Yeah, he could care less if he. To him, it's not about winning the match. He just wants to beat the hell out of all these guys.
And then ringing the bell again. Why?
We didn't see Finn Balor.
That's a good question.
He beat all of them up.
He seems to be missing in action tonight.
Oh, that was a pretty good ending to Raw.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Damian Priest didn't win the match, but he still looked like $1 million towards the
He
end.
beat the hell out of everybody. That was awesome.
He whooped Dominic with a steel chair, chokeslam Carlito, chokeslammed Dominic Mysterio like 3 or 4 times. So, yeah, that was a pretty good ending. Match-wise, I thought the Triple Threat Tag Team match was the best match.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It still feels like Raw is better as a 3-hour show. that with the 3 hour show, we get a little bit. I feel like we get more matches and more storytelling.
Yeah.
Like we would normally get like more Seth Rollins. We would probably get more. Like we didn't see the Wyatt Six tonight. Uh, we didn't see. See, we didn't see any of the like the only women's match we had was Zelina Vega and Ivy Nile. But tonight's Raw was still a pretty decent show, I thought, uh, especially for a go home show. Uh, for going to Crown Jewel, I thought
Hmm.
the Rollins and Bronson Reed stuff was good as well. Uh, yeah, what did you think of tonight's episode?
I wasn't disappointed. I found that the show was pretty entertaining, and it didn't really disappoint for me. And I think that the stuff they're doing with the bloodline, or the stuff that they did with the bloodline throughout the show, was pretty cool. And with Sami Zayn talking to Solo, I mean, what's it all mean? I mean, it's pretty cool how they're dropping these little breadcrumbs for us to pick up. I mean, it's pretty cool. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode of Raw. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. The storytelling with the gentleman, the Bloodline stuff was all over the show tonight. We got Jay Uso open the show. Jimmy Uso came out, and we were discussing earlier. It really looks like they're planning for a Survivor Series War Games match, and
Hmm.
it's still 3-on-4. And I mentioned Sami Zayn, and we saw Sami Zayn and the Usos, and then at the end of the night, we saw Sami Zayn talking with Solo Sikoa in the background of the shot with Jimmy and Jey Uso. So
Yeah,
I'm
that was well
curious.
done too.
I'm curious to see what they do next with that. Like I'm curious to see what they were talking about because I'm pretty sure we'll get some explanation of what they were talking about,
Yeah, what's
or
it all mean?
or maybe Sami Zayn is setting up Solo for them to attack him. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good show. If I had to rate tonight's show, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. What about you?
I'm gonna go 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good show. Uh, Next week will be the Fallout from Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel looks like to be a pretty good show. We might do a live reaction to that. I'm not for sure. Uh, it starts pretty early during the day. That's normally how the Saudi Arabia shows are. They start during the daytime. But yeah,
Hmm.
definitely check out our socials to see if we do a live reaction to Crown Jewel. We possibly might do one, but right now there are 7 matches on the show, so we possibly might do a Crown Jewel live reaction. But
Possibly, yeah.
definitely check out our Pod Champs episodes. We have 2 episodes out. Our first episode was about our wrestling fandom, and episode 2 was about the pros and cons of AEW. So definitely go check out our last 2 Pod Champs episodes. And I also put out my WWE Bad Blood vlog. Definitely go check that out as well. There was a lot of stuff that I did in that vlog. I got to meet Jey Uso. That's in there. We went to the Bad Blood Superstore. We went to Bad Blood. We did a lot of other stuff too there. Um, so definitely go check out my vlog for going to Bad Blood. But yeah, and definitely check out the Pod Champs on Saturday. We'll have a new episode
Yeah.
of Pod Champs Saturday. We did the pros and cons of AEW. Now we're gonna do the pros and cons of WWE. So definitely go check out the Pod Champs and stay tuned for our new episode of the Pod Champs on Saturday. But yeah, definitely go check out our Worldwide Wrestling Facebook account and Twitter account. Those are both in the link in the description below. Definitely subscribe. Uh, we got a lot of subscribers on this channel. Again, we kind of had a head start with this channel because it was my old channel, so we kind of had a head start. But yeah, thank you for everyone that was watching. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. We will see you guys possibly. Maybe we'll do something for SmackDown. Not for sure.
Hmm.
We might do a SmackDown live reaction. But yeah, we'll see you guys possibly on Friday for SmackDown.
Peace.